had a very large lunch about 2 hours ago, and as much as I just want to lay down and take a nap, I have a lot of stuff to do for the rest of the day. So instead of drowning myself in caffeine and sugar, I figured I would come up here, get on my yoga mat, get the endorphins pumping, get the heart rate up, and get some natural energy flowing through this body. So if you're here, it's because you are in a slump too, but don't worry, my name is Shari, and I've been practicing yoga for 20 years and teaching for almost 10, and I got your back. We're gonna get all awake this afternoon. Let's get going. We're gonna start standing up on our mat. Feet are gonna be hips width apart here, so just come to a comfortable stance. Feel all of your toes, the balls of the feet and the heels of the feet meeting the mat. On your next inhale, we're gonna reach our arms up and overhead, grab a wrist and find a side body stretch. Pushing your hips out to one side, feel the length run all the way down your arm, your side, and your leg. Take a breath. Inhale, come back to center. Go ahead, switch wrists. Exhaling, other side. One more big breath. Inhale, exhaling, hands behind the back. Interlace those fingers. Let's snuggle shoulder blades together. Go ahead, pull your hands down towards the earth as you lift your heart and your chin. Opening up the chest, opening up the shoulders. Big breaths here. Beautiful. One more big inhale. Exhale, release, relax. Let's roll the shoulders a few times. Nice big circles here, both directions. And then back again. Beautiful. Go ahead, drop one ear to one shoulder. Let's find a nice stretch in the neck. And then you're gonna roll your chin down towards your chest. And let's bring other ear to other shoulder. And then back again. Inhaling here. Exhale, chin to chest. Ear to shoulder. Chances are you've also been sitting a lot today. So this is going to be a really nice way to open up the body and start to undo the effects of sitting behind a desk, a computer, maybe commuting, sitting on your couch. One more big neck roll here. And then inhale, bring the head back up on the neck. Perfect. Again, looking down, making sure those feet are hips width apart, maybe a little bit wider. We're going to come into a standing forward bend. On an inhale, arms are going to come up and overhead. Exhale, soft bend in the knees as you swan dive the heart forward, releasing fingertips towards the ground, allowing the crown of your head to melt towards the floor. You can bend the knees a little or a lot here to start, and then just start to let everything pour down and melt towards the earth. Nice big exhale. Beautiful. And then we'll start to straighten through those legs. Try not to lock out your knees, but we are looking for a hamstring stretch here. If your hands don't touch the ground, no problem. Just grab a hold of whatever you can grab a hold of. Big breaths, focusing on that exhale. When you exhale and your belly gets empty, see if you can find a little bit more room to fold. Couple more rounds of breath here. Beautiful. Inhale, half rise, look forward. So we have a flat back here. And then exhale, folding. And then inhale, arms reach up, bend those knees, press into the feet, and come all the way up. Standing, palms touch at the top. Find a soft back bend. And then exhaling, bringing those palms together in front of the heart. Keep your eyes closed here. Let's take a couple of breaths just to get centered. Feel your feet connecting with your mat. Feel your feet pressing into the mat. And then feel that rebound of energy up through the legs, up through the spine, nice and tall through the crown of your head. Big breath here. Beautiful. Go ahead, blink those eyes open. Perfect. Hands on the waist, drop your weight into your right leg and then step your left foot back. We're gonna come into a long lunge here. You can bend into that back knee quite a lot. And then your front leg, we're just looking to stack the knee over that ankle. This doesn't have to be the longest lunge you've ever taken in your life. We're not trying to get super low to the ground. We're just trying to ground down through the feet. When you're ready, maybe we inhale those arms up and overhead. Arms alongside those ears, and then relax those shoulders down. Beautiful. That front leg is working. We're challenging our balance. Big breaths. Crescent warrior pose. Feel yourself lift up through your low belly. Lift and tip your pubic bone up towards the sky. And then we're going to challenge our balance. We're going to push off this back foot and then bring this knee up high in front of us. Hands come to either prayer in front of you or hands at the waist. Lift the heart here as much as you can. Beautiful, strong belly. Lift this knee as high as you can. 2 more breaths. One more big inhale. And exhale, gently release. Go ahead, shake it out. And then let's take a standing half sun salutation. Inhaling, arms reach up. Exhale, fold all the way down over 2 straight legs. Inhaling, half rise, maybe fingertips to shins, looking forward. Exhale, folding. Inhale, arms reach all the way up, big stretch, maybe a soft back bend at the top. And exhaling, hands come to prayer. Beautiful. We're going to take the other side. So step that right foot back. We're high up on the back toes. You can bend into that back knee quite a bit, and then you can bend into this front knee a lot. Now over time, maybe you straighten out through that back leg, but that's totally optional. What we're looking for is stacking the shoulders right over these hips so that we're standing straight up and down. You can keep your hands on your waist here, or maybe arms come up and overhead. Soft shoulders. Feel your tailbone just relax down and low belly pulls in, supporting you here. Maybe over time, you drag your gaze up to where the ceiling meets the wall. Crescent warrior, 2 more breaths. Exhale, let's bring those hands to prayer. Go ahead, push off your back toes and then bring this knee high up in front of you, as high as you can. And those hands are either at prayer or at your waist. Or just keep the heart lifted here. Press down through that standing foot. If you wobble and fall out, no big deal. Just come right back. Doing great. One more big breath here. And exhale, release and shake it out. Beautiful. Half sun salutation. Inhaling, arms come up. Exhale, big forward bend. Inhaling, half rise. Exhale to fold. From here, go ahead, plant your hands shoulder width apart and just start to walk your feet back until you find your downward facing dog. Now those legs can be straight or they can be bent. Just think about lifting and lengthening your tailbone up to the sky, straightening those arms and relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. Couple breaths here. Beautiful. Looking forward, go ahead, softly release those knees down towards the mat. We'll make our way into our tabletop so we can take a few rounds of our cat-cow. Shoulders stacking over into those wrists, hips stacking over those knees. On an inhale, flip the tailbone up, lift the heart. Exhale, round the upper back, press the mat away, let your head melt down towards the ground. Inhaling, heart lifts. Exhale, rounding. Follow your breath, a few more rounds. Gorgeous. One more round here. And then come back to your neutral tabletop. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. Without thinking too much, curl your toes under and lift and float those knees off the mat. Oh yeah, bear pose. Gazing forward, strong belly, big breaths. You got this. One more big inhale. And exhale, release it down. Hips sink back to the heels, knees come out wide. Slide those fingertips forward. And you can either come into your forehead or you could turn onto one cheek. If you wear glasses, go ahead, take those off. Couple breaths here, let your heart melt. Lovely, gazing forward. We're actually just gonna slither right onto our belly here. I want you to stack your shoulders over your elbows, and then you can bring those hands shoulder width apart, palms down. Go ahead, press into your forearms. Feel like you're dragging your chest forward, drag your pubic bone forward, lift your heart, Sphinx pose, and then the tops of the feet are just resting on the mat. You can press into your feet to lift your knees just a little bit, coming into a more active version of this pose. We're just trying to counteract all of the damage we do during the day, typing, texting, so on and so forth. Strengthening our upper and lower backs here. And then opening up across that chest. One more big inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Bring your palms to the mat. And then go ahead, press and sit all the way back. Let's sit over onto one side. We're gonna come into a modified deer pose. We're gonna bring one knee right in front of the hip, and then we're gonna line up the front of the shin with the edge of the mat and then flex the ankle. So we've got this 90-degree angle happening here. The other leg, you can come close to a 90-degree, but it doesn't really matter. And then you're just gonna walk your hands back behind you. Now this is gonna open your inner groin, which is typically a kind of a challenging spot to stretch. So just open up the heart. Stay really long and lifted through your upper body. Relax your shoulders. And then just focus your mind on your inner thigh and let it get really heavy, melt down towards the ground. Couple more breaths here. Perfect. We're gonna make our way to the other side, and it's gonna be as simple as flipping the legs. Again, we're lining up knee and hip bone, ankle and shin, flexing that back ankle, and then just walking that other leg out somewhere that's comfortable. Go ahead, hands walk back behind you as far as you feel comfortable, lifting the heart and then letting that inner thigh sink down and settle towards the ground. If you feel any sharp pain in the knee, go ahead, ease off. You can decrease the angle. Make sure you're flexing this ankle firmly to keep your patella in place. Maybe that knee doesn't come all the way down to the ground. You can always grab a block and place it underneath your knee. A few more rounds of breath here. Beautiful. Walk the hands back up. You can help those legs out. We're going to come into our butterfly pose, soles of the feet together. And then scooching, scooching, scooching until you find those sitting bones. So you can scooch your booty towards your heels and your heels towards your booty. Inhale, lift your heart, nice tall spine. Go ahead, think about reaching your nose forward to come into a really deep hip opener here. I don't even need to press down on those inner thighs. By focusing on straightening my back and really pulling my heart forward, I'm feeling this in my hips. Also, I'm not pulling on my feet. I'm just kind of hanging on to them. Big breaths. Couple more breaths. Perfect. Inhale, lift the heart. Help those knees up. You can lean back and then just windshield wiper, legs from side to side. And then we're going to come to a really wide V. So take those legs out, straighten out to the sides, flex your ankles. If you have knee problems, it's nice to like roll up a little towel and kind of prop your knee up. Try not to lock them out. I do still have that little soft, natural bend right here. Perfect. Inhaling, we're gonna lift the heart. Exhale, go ahead, spider walk your fingers forward, forward, forward until you find a deep stretch in those inner thighs and the back of the hamstrings. You don't have to go far. We're not trying to collapse down onto the ground. That's not the point. We're just looking for that good sensation. Nice flat back. Three more breaths. Wonderful. Walk the fingertips back towards you. Go ahead, turn towards one leg. Again, nice straight back here. And then spider walking those fingertips forward. Try not to collapse the nose towards the knee. Rather, reach your nose towards your toes. Maybe you grab a hold of the big toe. Couple more breaths. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, release. Here we go, other side. Turning towards that other leg. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk those fingers forward. Maybe you grab a hold of the toe if you want to. Not necessary. Keep lengthening through the crown of your head. Relax your tongue. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, release. Grab a hold of those legs. Help them out. Beautiful. I'm going to turn sideways here. And so I want to be perched right on my tailbone. And then I want to bring my heels to the ground to start. You can bring your hands onto your knees. I want you to think about lifting this heart forward. Inhale here. Exhale. Hinge back. Keep this nice flat back. Maybe you float one or two legs off the ground. Maybe you have your hands behind your thighs. And we're making our way into Navasana boat pose. So this is definitely one way you could do it. If you want to push a little further, you can release the hands here, just plug those shoulders back into their sockets. And then if you want to go a little further, we'll straighten out those legs. Breathing. Strong breaths here. Keep the heart lifted. Couple more. You got this. One more big inhale. Exhale, release the legs down. Wrap your arms around your knees. Come into a little ball and give yourself a squeeze. Amazing. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, release. Come into your easy seat here. We're going to take a round of a lion's breath to wrap things up. All that is taking a long inhale through your nose, and then when you exhale, you're going to open your eyes up really wide and you're going to stick out your tongue. So it looks a little silly, but nobody's looking, so who cares, right? All right, go ahead, relax the shoulders, sit up tall. Take an easy breath. And then take a nice long inhale. Exhale. And relax the jaw. Take another easy breath here. All right. Well, I feel a little bit more awake. Hopefully you guys do too. Let me know how this practice went for you, and I will definitely see you in the next one.